I love what I do. I'm still a kid on Sundays that...
No, I block it out, yeah. Either that or I choose not to.
I don't want to give that up yet. I still feel like I got a lot to prove.
Before Travis Kelce became a national icon, before the headlines and the celebrity sparkle, there existed a version of him almost no one in America truly knew. He wasn't the loud, confident superstar fans see now. He wasn't the man trending across social media or the athlete whose every move became a topic of debate. No, before all that, Travis lived in a world far quieter, far more personal, and filled with moments that shaped him long before fame arrived. Growing up in Cleveland Heights, he balanced mischief with ambition, often surprising people with how deeply he cared about things no one saw. There were pivotal choices, behind-the-scenes challenges, private conversations, and unexpected setbacks that molded him into the figure he would one day become. This chapter isn't about glory. It's about the hidden personality, the parts of Travis that existed before Taylor Swift, before national attention, before America cared. It's time to uncover the shocking secrets that reveal who Travis Kelce truly was behind closed doors. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our upcoming documentaries. Long before Travis Kelce's name echoed across NFL stadiums, his world revolved around one constant: his older brother, Jason Kelce. Their childhood wasn't quiet. It was competitive, loud, intense, and filled with brotherly battles that pushed Travis to levels he didn't yet understand. Jason was disciplined, focused, the natural leader. Travis was the wild one, the risk-taker, the one who turned every game into a showdown. Their dynamic created moments that would define Travis' personality. Grit blended with humor, swagger mixed with loyalty, chaos tied to heart. Jason challenged him in every sport, every argument, every opportunity to prove himself. And whether Travis admitted it or not, he needed that structure, that rivalry, that force pushing him forward. Behind the scenes, there were emotional talks, late-night lessons, and quiet guidance Jason gave, guidance that Travis rarely speaks about today. Their brotherhood wasn't just family. It was the foundation of his mental toughness. Before America saw the superstar, Jason saw the raw, unfinished version of Travis Kelce, the version we reveal in this story. Before the spotlight and fame, Travis Kelce wasn't known for his charm, swagger, or larger-than-life confidence. In fact, he often battled between feeling misunderstood and feeling overlooked. He wasn't the typical future NFL legend. He was funny, unpredictable, emotional, fiercely loyal, and sometimes reckless, all traits that shaped a personality America would one day fall in love with. Coaches saw flashes of greatness, but they also saw a kid who needed direction. Friends noticed a side that was surprisingly deep. Thoughtful conversations, late-night worries, and private frustrations Travis rarely showed in public. His humor wasn't just for laughs, it was a shield. His confidence wasn't natural, it was built. And the charisma fans know today, it was forged through years of trial, embarrassment, recovery, and self-reinvention. This hidden personality, vulnerable yet bold, chaotic yet caring, is what truly defined him before fame arrived. Before Taylor Swift, before national attention, there was a Travis Kelce finding his identity one moment at a time. This chapter uncovers the traits he kept tucked away from the world. Travis Kelce's college journey at the University of Cincinnati wasn't the clean, inspiring path people imagine. It was messy, unpredictable, and filled with secrets he rarely discusses publicly. While Jason was already carving a disciplined football identity, Travis arrived with raw talent and an even rawer sense of direction. He dazzled on the field, but off the field, life was complicated. There were friendships that shaped him, parties that blurred lines, and decisions that nearly derailed everything he worked for. His personality was vibrant and magnetic, but the pressures of college football weighed heavily on him. He faced nights of doubt, mornings of regret, and moments where he questioned whether he belonged in elite sports at all. Behind closed doors, Travis was learning painful lessons about responsibility, trust, and maturity. These lesser-known chapters, filled with laughter, mistakes, and emotional turning points, built the core of who he would become. Before Taylor Swift, before glory, there was a young man struggling to balance talent with responsibility, trying to understand who he was meant to be. Before Travis Kelce became a dominant NFL force, he faced a turning point that almost erased his entire future. It wasn't a public scandal. It wasn't national news. It was a private, painful moment, a mistake that changed everything. During his time at Cincinnati, Travis made a decision that tested not just his career, but his identity. Coaches were disappointed. Teammates were shocked. The people who believed in him the most questioned whether they truly knew him. Travis suddenly found himself in a lonely space, where his own choices felt heavier than any tackle he'd ever taken. Behind closed doors, he struggled with regret, anger, and the fear that his dreams might already be slipping away. This wasn't a dramatic Hollywood moment. It was the real internal collapse of a young man who had always relied on swagger, now forced to face the consequences without it. That turning point, raw, emotional, deeply personal, forced Travis to rebuild from the inside out. Before Taylor Swift, before NFL glory, this was the moment that tested his soul. Every great story has a figure who steps in at the right moment. For Travis Kelce, that unexpected savior was a mentor who refused to let talent go to waste. While Travis spiraled into disappointment, this coach saw something others didn't: the potential for greatness hiding beneath frustration and mistakes. Instead of giving up, he pulled Travis aside, not with anger, but with honesty. He challenged him to face the truth. His future wasn't slipping away because the world was unfair. It was slipping because Travis wasn't ready to fully grow up. This mentor's conversations weren't gentle. They were real, raw, and unforgettable. They forced Travis to reflect on who he wanted to become. For the first time, Travis heard words that cut deeper than any criticism. "You're better than this." It was the spark he needed, the guidance that redirected his path. This unseen relationship, rarely discussed in interviews, is one of the hidden pillars behind Travis Kelce's rise. Before Taylor Swift, before fame, a mentor quietly saved his career. When people see Travis Kelce now, they see swagger, highlight plays, and effortless dominance. But after nearly losing everything, his journey back wasn't glamorous. It was brutal, lonely, exhausting, and unseen by the world. Travis trained when no one was watching. Early mornings, late nights, bruised hands, aching legs, and a determination burning stronger than ever before. He worked not to prove critics wrong, but to prove to himself that he could rise again. He rebuilt his mindset, transforming frustration into focus, mistakes into motivation, and doubt into discipline. This was the Kelce no cameras captured, the one sweating alone, studying film late at night, pushing through pain most players would have avoided. That hidden grind became the backbone of the superstar he later became. Before the fame, before Taylor Swift, before America watched his every move, Travis Kelce reclaimed his identity through relentless, private work. This chapter exposes the unseen grind that turned him from a talented kid into an unstoppable force. As Travis clawed his way back, something deeper began to change. Not just his performance, not just his discipline, but him. The loud, carefree kid slowly evolved into a young man with purpose. People around him noticed the shift. His conversations grew more thoughtful, his decisions more intentional, his priorities sharper. Travis wasn't just chasing football anymore. He was chasing maturity, respect, and a future he finally understood the value of. This transformation wasn't dramatic. It was subtle, quiet, and internal, but it altered the course of his life. Coaches saw a leader emerging. Teammates trusted him more. Family felt his sincerity in ways they hadn't before. And deep inside, Travis realized something critical. The world doesn't hand out second chances. You earn them. This internal evolution paved the way for the man America eventually fell in love with. Before the stardom, before Taylor Swift, before superstardom, this was the pivotal phase where Travis Kelce began becoming the version of himself he was always meant to be. Before the fame, before the endorsements, before Taylor Swift ever entered the headlines, Travis Kelce had a moment that almost ended his entire career. It wasn't on a football field. It wasn't during a game. It was a quiet, private collapse, the kind no one saw coming. Travis had spent years trying to outrun his own mistakes, but this moment forced him to stop. A phone call from someone he trusted shattered every illusion of control he thought he had. In an instant, Travis realized how close he was to throwing away everything he had worked for. The NFL doesn't care about almost. America doesn't celebrate the could-have-beens. This was a crossroads, a moment where he either rewrote his future or became another forgotten story. And in that silence, Travis chose to fight, not for fame, not for glory, but for redemption, for the right to become the man he knew he could be. This was the turning point, one no one in America ever saw. After hitting rock bottom, Travis Kelce realized something most athletes never admit. His biggest battle wasn't physical. It wasn't even on a football field. It was internal. Before he could prove anything to America, he had to rebuild himself from the inside out. The workouts were brutal, the pressure was suffocating, and the expectations felt impossible. But the hardest challenge was emotional. Confronting the version of himself he didn't want to be anymore. Alone in the gym after midnight, drenched in sweat and frustration, Travis asked himself the question that would redefine his life. Why am I doing this? The answer wasn't championships or fame. It was pride, legacy, the burning desire to become someone worthy of the opportunities he nearly lost. Every rep became a second chance. Every sprint became a promise to himself. And slowly, painfully, Travis Kelce rebuilt not just a career, but a character strong enough to carry the life that was waiting for him. Travis Kelce wasn't rebuilt alone. Behind every comeback is a circle of people who refuse to let someone fall. And for Travis, that lifeline was his brother, Jason Kelce. Jason didn't offer soft comfort. He offered truth, hard truth. At a time when Travis felt hollowed out, Jason became the anchor he desperately needed. He pushed him, challenged him, and reminded him of the Kelce name they both represented. Their late-night calls weren't just about football. They were about responsibility, identity, and strength. Jason told him, "You're bigger than your mistakes, but only if you choose to be." Those words changed Travis. The Philadelphia grit of his brother blended with Travis's Kansas City fire, creating a warrior mentality that reshaped his entire trajectory. America would eventually see the charismatic superstar. But long before that, before Taylor Swift, before the spotlight, the man America knows was forged in the quiet support of a brother who refused to let him disappear. When Travis Kelce walked back into the facility, no one recognized him. Not physically, but mentally. Something had shifted. Coaches whispered. Teammates stared. The once carefree, unpredictable Travis had returned with a new intensity burning in his eyes. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. He wasn't trying to prove anything. He walked with the calm, controlled focus of someone who had been forged in fire and survived. His workouts were sharper. His discipline was relentless. He studied film like an obsessed tactician, dissecting defenses with a precision the NFL had never seen from him before. And slowly, the Chiefs' locker room realized something stunning. Travis Kelce wasn't just back. He was becoming dangerous. The kind of player who changes games, shifts seasons, and rewrites history. This was the rebirth. The star of the Travis Kelce America would one day celebrate. No one knew what was coming next, but the league was about to find out. Before the world knew him as a record-breaking tight end, Travis Kelce walked into a season that pushed him further than he thought he could go. Every hit felt heavier. Every mistake echoed louder. For the first time, he wasn't just fighting opponents. He was fighting doubt, pressure, and the fear of slipping back into the version of himself he worked so hard to outrun. Critics questioned him. Analysts dismissed him. But Travis refused to let the world define his limits. Instead of shrinking, he rose. He studied more film, trained longer, and pushed through pain that would have sidelined most players. This wasn't just football anymore. It was survival. The Kansas City crowd didn't see the war raging inside him, but teammates did, especially when he played hurt, bleeding, exhausted, yet unstoppable. That season didn't make him famous, it made him unbreakable. And America had no idea that the legend they were cheering was fighting a battle far deeper than the scoreboard. Heroes aren't made in highlight reels. They're made in the moments only a few people ever witness. For Travis Kelce, that moment came when the Chiefs needed him most. It was late in the game, the stadium roaring, the tension crushing. Kansas City was on the edge, one mistake from disaster, one play away from revival. Travis wasn't supposed to be the first option, but when the quarterback was pressured and chaos broke loose, he broke his route, adjusted on instinct, and made a catch that defied logic. The crowd erupted. The sideline lost its mind. But what mattered most was how he stood up afterward. Calm, composed, like he expected greatness from himself. That play wasn't luck. It was preparation meeting pressure. It was the moment Kansas City realized Travis Kelce wasn't just another player. He was their heartbeat, the one who showed up when everything was on the line. That moment sealed his bond with KC forever. Travis Kelce always dreamed of success, but nothing prepared him for what came next. Interviews, endorsements, cameras, millions of eyes waiting for every move. Fame hit like a tidal wave. But there's a truth America rarely sees. Fame doesn't arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it arrives with isolation, with pressure, with expectations that feel impossible to live up to. Travis felt it all. The spotlight didn't just highlight his talent. It exposed every flaw, every mistake, every rumor. And behind the signature smile, the charismatic humor, there was a man learning to balance the weight of being a public figure. Before Taylor Swift ever entered the picture, Travis had to learn how to live under scrutiny without losing himself. He discovered that fame wasn't about being seen, it was about surviving being seen. And that struggle shaped the version of him the world would eventually fall in love with. Success always looks shiny from the outside, but the truth? It comes with a cost only a few can afford to pay. As Travis Kelce climbed higher, the sacrifices grew heavier. Missed birthdays, missed gatherings, nights spent studying film instead of celebrating life. Friends drifted, relationships strained. The world applauded the superstar, but few understood the emotional price behind that glory. Travis had to make choices that tore at him. Choices between being the man America celebrated and being the man he wished he still had time to be. He felt the loneliness that comes with greatness, the pressure that grows with every win, and the fear of slipping even an inch. But instead of breaking under the weight, Travis found purpose in it. He learned that greatness demands everything, and he was willing to give it. This sacrifice would become the foundation of the era that was coming next, one even he didn't see coming. As the seasons passed, something extraordinary happened. Travis Kelce didn't just get better. He evolved into a force the NFL couldn't ignore. Every route became sharper. Every catch became cleaner. Every game became a statement. Analysts who once doubted him now scrambled to rewrite their predictions. Opponents began game planning specifically for him. And still, he found ways to dominate. But here's the truth most fans don't know. Travis wasn't driven by proving the world wrong. He was driven by proving himself right, by honoring the promise he made during the darkest years of his life. The promise to become the man he always knew he could be. With each touchdown, he shed another layer of the past. With each clutch moment, he carved deeper into NFL history. And slowly, Travis Kelce transformed from overlooked talent into one of America's most unstoppable superstars. Long before the headlines, long before the cultural spotlight, and long before Taylor Swift ever changed his world. With dominance came attention, and with attention came labels. Outspoken, cocky, too flashy. America had opinions about Travis Kelce, and they weren't always kind. The louder he played, the louder the criticism grew. But what few understood was the truth beneath the surface. Every celebration, every fiery moment, every emotional eruption came from years of pressure finally breaking free. Travis wasn't trying to show off. He was trying to survive the expectations that kept piling up. The media built a persona around him, but the real Travis was far more complex. Loyal, disciplined, driven, and deeply emotional. He wanted to be understood, not judged. But in the NFL, the world rarely gives you the benefit of the doubt. He learned to stay silent, let his performance speak, and accept that fame comes with misunderstandings. It was a reputation he never asked for, but one he learned to carry with strength. At this point, Travis Kelce wasn't just a player. He was a phenomenon. But his greatest transformation wasn't physical. It was spiritual, internal, emotional. He had finally mastered the balance between who he used to be and who he needed to become. The locker room leaders recognized it. Coaches trusted him with responsibilities few players ever earn. Younger teammates looked to him for guidance, seeing not just a superstar, but a survivor. Travis began embracing a new identity, a mentor, a leader, a blueprint for rising after you fall. His voice carried more weight. His presence commanded respect. And a man the world once doubted had become the standard the league now measured tight ends against. This evolution didn't happen overnight. It was molded through pain, discipline, and growth. Travis Kelce, the kid who once nearly lost everything, had finally stepped into his final form. A legend in motion, a man built from battles America never fully saw. Long before his name lit up social media, long before the world obsessed over his personal life, Travis Kelce had already built a legacy worthy of history books. A legacy rooted not in celebrity, but in resilience, sacrifice, and relentless determination. Before Taylor Swift, before the spotlight, before the cultural frenzy, Travis had a story powerful enough to inspire an entire generation. He proved that your darkest chapters don't define you, they refine you. He showed that greatness isn't gifted. It's earned through sweat, heartbreak, and perseverance. Today, the world sees the superstar, the icon, the headline magnet. But this documentary reveals the truth behind the fame. Travis Kelce didn't rise because America loved him. He rose because he fought for every inch of his path. And that journey, raw, emotional, and real, is the legacy he built long before the world was watching. This is the Travis Kelce America and never knew until now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our upcoming documentaries.